Welcome, history fanatics, to Mrs. Heron's video playlist, where you will get the best of the best in social studies. In Unit 2, Southwest Asia, our goal is to analyze the impact of geography on history, culture, population, government, and the economy in Southwest Asia. This unit is split up into 3 chapters: 16, Arabia and Iraq; 17, Israel and its neighbors; and 18, Iran, Turkey, and Cyprus. Finishing part 2 of section 2 in chapter 17. We're still trying to compare and contrast important eras in the region's history. We left off in the first video with the death of Constantine. Christianity was flourishing throughout Rome, but conflicts within the early Catholic Church would soon arise. Let's look at a map of Judea. Remember that Judea was the Jewish kingdom under Roman rule. The Romans changed the name of this area to Palestine as a punishment for a revolt held in 135 AD. Constantine declared this a safe place for Christians to worship in 312, because it was part of his Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire. Most people in the Byzantine Empire were Christian. However, the early Christians disagreed on how to worship God. Some prayed to saints or icons, paintings of the saints and holy people, while others believed that Christians should only pray to God directly. One by one, Christians began to take sides on religious debates. Eventually, the entire Christian faith was split, from Rome to Constantinople. 2 leaders of the church at the time, the Pope in Rome and the Patriarch in Constantinople, took opposing sides. And by 1054, they each tried to overthrow the other. This eventually came to be known as the Great Schism, or split, of the Catholic Church. In the Byzantine East, the church came to be known as the Eastern or Greek Orthodox Church, and in the West, it became the Roman Catholic Church. They are still split today. Let's backtrack a little to the early 600s. The Byzantine Empire was overthrown in this region to the Persians. 5 years later, Muslim Arabs attacked the Byzantines and conquered the entire region by 640. By 661, Damascus, where St. Paul converted, was declared the capital of the Muslim Empire. Remember that Muslims allowed Christians and Jews to still practice their faith under Muslim rule, because they accepted Abraham and Jesus as prophets of God. Jerusalem is a sacred holy land for Muslims, because it is believed that the Muslim prophet, Muhammad, rose to heaven from Jerusalem. After Mecca, Jerusalem is the most holy city in Islam. They built important shrines and mosques throughout Jerusalem in honor of the city, such as the Dome of the Rock, built in 691. By the 800s, most people in this religion converted to Islam and spoke Arabic. Jesus spoke Aramaic, if you're wondering. By 1096, the First Crusades, or religious wars, were enacted by Pope Urban II. He requested volunteers to help the Eastern Christians in Constantinople gain back the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem and reopen the Holy Land for Christian pilgrims. Some Muslim Turks at the time had refused to allow Christian pilgrims to visit the Holy Lands, resulting in violence in this region. The goal was to stop Islam from spreading any further and regain control of Palestine from the reigning Turkish Muslims. 70,000 men joined the Crusades. Crusaders could be anyone from peasants to knights, and they all carried crosses into battle. Unfortunately, many crusaders viciously attacked and murdered Jewish and Muslim citizens, while burning down and pillaging their villages on their way to the Holy Land. In total, 10,000 Muslim and Jewish people were slaughtered in the First Crusade alone. Soon, Christian kingdoms were established throughout Palestine. In 1146, the Second Crusade begins. However, soon it fails. 2 more crusades followed, but are also unsuccessful.